like to welcome you to Monday morning, and hope you enjoyed your almost Don-free week last week. But it's good to be back together. Even though it's been a long time and we've been doing this for a long time, it's still an honor every day to be able to share a few thoughts with you. My quote this morning is actually from Dwight D. Eisenhower, and he was president quite a long time ago. And here is one thing that Dwight Eisenhower said. He said, "Though force can protect in an emergency, only justice, fairness, consideration, and cooperation can finally lead us to the dawn of eternal peace." I like those words. The problem is, as we look at what's going on in the Ukraine, and also in a lot of other things, sometimes you kind of feel like there is no justice, and there is no fairness, and there is no consideration, and there is no cooperation. Just too much anger and too much violence, and now there's too much war. And I just wish somehow we could come together, but we see the face of evil. We see what hatred does. And so those words of Eisenhower, they just resonate with our heart and soul. It's interesting, he was the only president ever to be baptized in office. And even though I don't think you have to be baptized to be a good president, Eisenhower was a man of faith. And he had some little quote where he said at one point that the key to a strong nation are the two G's, God and gumption. And I know there's a lot of people that don't believe in God. And I don't think God has any name or any brand. But God is the creator. We are one nation under God. And God's Spirit infiltrates all religions that are born of humbleness and goodness. And we are one nation under God. And I know that sometimes you're not supposed to mix politics and religion, but it seems to me that politics and religion don't have to be opposite. When we are people of faith, when we really believe that God the Creator, that we are all children of God, that should give us the gumption to look at each other and to respect each other and to try to see the goodness of the human spirit in all people. And right now we're seeing a lot of not goodness, a lot of hate and evil, and somehow the power of love and goodness has to come through. You know, yesterday when I walked into church, one of the first people that walked in before the 8:30 service said, "Don, with this thing in Ukraine, we have to do something." And they said, "Well, Don, what do you think that something is?" And I said, "Well, you know, each one of us has to do something. And we have to figure out what that something is. Maybe it's the love bucket. Maybe it's doing an act of kindness unto somebody else. But I think of what's happening to the people of Ukraine. I see those kids, and I see the families losing their homes. I see the people trying to escape and get into Poland. You see the courage and the valor. You see the terror and the anxiety. And we do have to do something. And I guess what we have to do is to look at what we have. I mean, in many ways, we're blessed. We're not at war. And we have to look at our house, look at what we have, look at the people around us, look at the gifts that we have, whether it's time or money or our home, and take what we have and use that to make a difference unto somebody else. I mean, you have something, I have something, we all have something around us, and we have to take that something and use it. You know, we can't ignore what's going on, and we can't fix it either. But each one of us in our own way can look at the gifts that we have, as humble as they may be, and take those gifts and make an effort to use our gifts to make a difference onto somebody else. That something is important. One thing that really touched my heart yesterday in church, there's a young man that he and his family have been coming to church for quite a while, and Ryan is in, I think Ryan might be in 4th grade, whatever. And he is doing something for the American Heart Association. And I guess he was afraid to ask me in person. He wanted to know, Pastor Don, can I sit at a table after church and ask people if they'd like to contribute? And I said, of course you can. I remember when I was a kid, I was afraid to even talk to my pastor because he was kind of way up there. And you know that's not where I am, at least I hope you know. And so Ryan sat at the table after the first and second services yesterday. And the cause was the American Heart Association. And the cause could have been the Ukraine, which was right across the hall, the love bucket there. The cause could have been anything. But here's just a young kid that wanted to do something. And he knew that if he came to his church, that we would reach out and help him out. And I think at the end of the day, just spontaneously, Ryan walked out the door with like $500 that he raised for his cause, the American Heart Association. That's something. You know, he did something, you did something for him, and I know he walked out the door proud to be a part of a community that reaches out and shares. You know, I don't know what the answer today is to what's going on in the world. We gather, we pray, we hope. But like one person said when they walked in the door about 8:20 yesterday morning, they said, Don, we have to do something. I don't know what the rest of my day is going to look like. I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But I do know one thing. In honor of a little kid like Ryan, in honor of our brothers and sisters in the Ukraine, in honor of what you and our church stand for, I know before the day is over, I and you, we got to do something. God bless you, and I look forward to talking to you on Wednesday. Thanks for listening.